Well, usually a win cures everything for most organizations. That might not help Doug Pederson in Jacksonville, as you just mentioned there.
Just sad.
Despite winning Sunday, there have been rumblings about Shad Khan there could be looking for another route in terms of leadership. Also, maybe the front office with Trent Baalke there. But in terms of Pederson, since he's taken over, because he was supposed to be this QB guru when it came to Trevor Lawrence, but that has not been the case. It's been like a roller coaster since 2022. The first 10 games, 3-7, win percentage 27th tied in the league. Next 18, world beaters almost, 14-4, fourth. And then the last 22, 5 wins, tied for last with a team called the Panthers, who have been irrelevant, honestly, since 2023 and quite some time there. In other words, ouch. All right, let's head to lead NFL insider Jonathan Jones joining us here. And JJ, you see the numbers. We've seen the performance this season. A lot of question marks for a team that was supposed to be in a postseason hunt this year. What are you hearing about Pederson and his future there in Duval County?
Yeah, it seems very unlikely that Doug Pederson is going to return as the Jacksonville Jaguars head coach. That is what everyone around the league is anticipating. Though I want to be very clear that all the sources that I speak with have indicated to me that Shad Khan is not revealing his thoughts through this process. We know the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars is ultimately the decision maker here. And so, again, everyone around the league anticipating that this is it for Doug Pederson, who, of course, got them into the playoffs, but then didn't do anything with that over the last couple of years, couldn't build off of that. A number of injuries, of course, this season, but really just poor play all around. And then, of course, you can look at the general manager as well, Trent Baalke, who has survived a number of different head coaches from his time in San Francisco, before Jacksonville, and now, of course, in Duval County. Again, and I reported this on Sunday, that Shad Khan is, quote, not giving anyone the time of day when they inquire about either or both of these positions. And I take that to mean, and sources I speak with take it to mean, that he's giving respect to Doug Pederson, a Super Bowl winning head football coach, and he's giving respect to his general manager. Khan is a hands-off owner, and this is honestly a job that I think is going to be wanted around the league by prospective head coaches and general managers. When you consider the great new facilities they have, the AFC South, a very winnable division, the quarterback under contract in Trevor Lawrence, some good young pieces, and again, and perhaps in some cases, most importantly, a hands-off owner. You're going to hear a whole lot about meddlesome owners at some stops that have openings or will have openings. That is not the case in Jacksonville, and I know that there are some staffers there who are planning their next moves, anticipating what many believe to be inevitable. But the Jags, of course, have one more game before anything like that happens.
They have one more game, others as well, and one organization that will possibly be at the top, of course, heading into Week 18, the Patriots right now. And they have a lot of areas to fix. There's options at quarterback there, receiver, we can see there with Travis Hunter. But what are you hearing what they might do with that first pick overall? Or is there a chance that, you know what, they may play to win?
So, look, we don't know if they're even going to play Drake May in this final game. It's very possible that Joe Milton is going to be active for this game. Heard from Gerard Mayo earlier today where he did not give any indication about his plans, but said if guys are healthy, he anticipates they will play. We will see about that. The Patriots, of course, if they lose this game upcoming, they will secure the #1 overall pick. But when you consider the rest of the draft and the teams that are going to be underneath them, when you look at the Tennessee Titans, they need a quarterback. You look at the Cleveland Browns, they need a quarterback. The New York Giants need a quarterback. And so there you have right there 3 teams that need quarterbacks, and there are really only 2 that you would ever consider drafting in the top 5, top 10. That would be Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders. So what would the Patriots do? We know they're obviously not taking a quarterback. They have their quarterback of the future in Drake May. What they would love to do, what any team who does not have a quarterback but is in a position that a number of teams would covet so that they could get a quarterback, what usually happens is you try to trade down. You try not to trade down too far. You still want to get a blue chip player. But if you can trade down to 2, you can trade down to 3 or 4 and still get that blue chip talent. Maybe it's Travis Hunter, maybe it's someone else in this draft. That is what I would anticipate the New England Patriots doing if they ultimately hang on to the #1 overall pick. Would be very, very surprised to see them pick at #1 if they do, understanding how many teams need a quarterback, how valuable that position is, and frankly, how much the New England Patriots need across the board in terms of this roster and its lack of talent. So trade down, accumulate some picks, and get some top talent at key positions.
So the Patriots, they have options holding that #1 pick. As for the Giants, they were in the running to possibly land that, but of course a win on Sunday does not help their case. They have to just hope that no QB needy team jumps them for a trade for maybe 2 or 3. But in terms of the Giants here, what's been the rumblings about what happened yesterday and possibly what they need to do moving forward?
Yeah, so they are probably going to be in a position where they may need to trade up. Of course, we have one more game left, and so we don't exactly know where they're going to be in this draft order, but we see right there that they are 4th. You cannot feel comfortable, if you are the Giants, sticking at 4 if you were to draft tomorrow needing a quarterback and knowing that the Tennessee Titans, while Will Levis will be back in 2025, he by no means is QB1. While Deshaun Watson will be back in 2025 for the Cleveland Browns, he by no means is QB1, may not even be healthy enough to be QB1 once you get to week 1. So the Giants would have to manipulate the draft in some way to move up in order to get one of those top 2 quarterbacks here. Let's also not rule out the possibility of the Raiders moving up into the top 2 or top 3. There are other teams that are going to need quarterbacks because this is going to be a weak free agent quarterback class, right? If the Vikings wind up re-signing Sam Darnold or at worst franchise tagging him, that takes him off the market. If Russell Wilson signs back with the Pittsburgh Steelers, that takes him off the market. Now we're talking about Daniel Jones and Justin Fields and guys like that. And then you have the 2 rookie quarterbacks, Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders, coming out. So if you are any team that wants to get one of these young guys, you are absolutely going to have to trade up if you're not already in the top 2 or 3.
For the folks at home, a lot of that just means a lot of this. We have no idea what's going to happen. There is no crystal ball here at HQ. But as always, Jonathan Jones painting the picture for us. Appreciate it, my friend. Hey, don't forget, you catch JJ on Sundays as well when it comes to everything on NFL Today. Hanging out with Matt Ryan, JB, JJ Watt, and Coach as well. That at 12 Eastern on CBS.
When you need your sports news all the time,
we've got breaking news to bring to you.
CBS Sports HQ gives you a snapshot of all the sports that matter to you.
Big news coming out of the NFL. A lot of movement in the rankings this week.
With highlights.
What a finish at the final round of play.
And in-depth analysis.
Can they three-peat? Tony Romo joins the conversation.
What can you say about this game?
When you need your sports in a snap,
we're bringing you that breaking news right here on HQ.
Find it on CBS Sports HQ. Streaming free anywhere you are.